He doesn't know we're happy.
It's nice. I'm gonna read everything like when everybody's looking at you, like it's not that easy to focus here. I'm gonna read everything on the back here as well, and I'm gonna open my presents afterwards as well when I hold my little goodbye speech. Who knows me might know that I don't really like to be unprepared. So there I am actually German, so I wrote a little as most of us do when we have a goodbye speech. The first one I actually wrote is thanks. So this is like thank you Jackie for the speech, for the presents. I'm gonna open them in a second to see if
I still mean it.
yeah, thanks for everybody for showing up. I didn't expect like that many people to come, to be honest. So this is check. Next slide. I mean, I don't know if you guys know what's coming next for me. I've been with people for 3 years, and it's been like quite an adventure. But now I'm moving back to my hometown in Germany, to Hamburg, together with my girlfriend, because we talked about it like from the start when I came into Denmark. That at one point we want to move back to Germany, and then kind of a while ago we decided, okay, now it might be a good time to go. And then a really nice job offer came in, and it was really like impossible to not take it, because I always kind of wanted to change to the client side. And I got the opportunity in a really nice and small company in Hamburg. They're doing insurances for yachts and sailing boats. So that's not really my topic, to be honest. But yeah, they're doing like kind of the Dell approach, but in a much smaller scale. So I'm working in the marketing department and doing marketing efforts for like on a global base actually. So that is nice. Yeah, that's not really necessary to tell. But one thing also, like I'm always going to be here because my girlfriend is Danish, and I'm probably going to come back in 2 or 3 years as well, because we always thought about going to Hamburg, but we know that our future is probably going to be here, so I'm going to see you guys around at one point maybe. So in Copenhagen and Bakken or whatever. Yeah, but quickly looking back on my time here at People, I mean, in a way, like in Dell account management, I'm pretty glad because I made everything, like I worked in every department, and I worked on every position you could like kind of imagine as a Dell account manager, starting in localization for the CER market, starting with like 2 French guys, or like an Austrian and a French girl, which was pretty crazy, and being thrown in the cold water pretty quickly because they had to leave, and then you guys know how it is, like working with like these clients, and you don't really know about the process. Maybe the localization team doesn't, but it's quite challenging, especially if you're coming like new to a company, and my client was also pretty new. She was there for 1 week only, so pretty challenging. But it's always been good times in localization team, and then after 1.5 years, I moved to a regional team working in consumer online under Kim first, and I worked with a nice guy called Paolo. Brent will know him. He's a guy who likes to inject in-screens into Dell monitors.
And change.
Yeah, and he's pretty sure that sincerely I want to do this right. Kind of like the clients here, like there was a nice mix. But Paolo was actually the best. So during all this time I had worked under 4 different like bosses in a way. Like Barbara was never really officially my boss, but she was kind of my mentor or like coordinator during like some projects we worked on. And the good thing that working under these like 4 guys was that I've learned something from each of them, and different things from each of them. But I could add something with me for my time here at People, and also I guess for my future in different jobs. So thank you guys for that. Next one. And I've actually also worked on pretty nice like side projects. If you don't know, it's quite a kind of a secret. We kept silence. I worked for like a company called Neopost, So I worked we developed creatives
Very
for
promising client.
companies still trying to sell franking machines to everybody in
Very
Europe.
optimistic.
Yeah. We did our best,
We
but it wasn't the most successful venture. And I also worked with like a kind of like an outsourcing project where Barbara, me, and Monica as well. We try to outsource like some project management for indie e-shots to our guys in Bangladesh. Help us out here. It was pretty funny because I had to teach. Me as a German had to teach the guys in Bangladesh like how to run process, and it was pretty rough in the beginning with them, like to see how good they are. But in the end, it was these guys. I don't know if somebody maybe you know Sharia Kondoha, who's the most German guy in the whole wide world. In the end, it was him teaching me process or reminding me of process. So it was pretty funny. And then it's all important what's on there. Yeah, and then one of the things I really liked, well, it's not really part of the job, but I really enjoyed organizing the beloved Oktoberfest, which hopefully can come back. It was always fun. Not only the organization, but also see you guys and enjoying it in a really casual way. So keep up the mood when it comes to that. I think Jess and Sam, they're going to continue organizing. Yeah, but that's kind of like roundabout what I can tell about the job. And I mean, many speeches here I listen to, especially when it comes to people I value and appreciate. It all comes when they finish their speeches, it all comes back to the people. And I mean, everybody says the same, and I was actually thinking, okay, should I just keep it really simple and just drop it and say, okay, can you remember Stefan's speech from last time? So just record it, and that's what I would say. But I mean, that's actually also for me, like during this 3 years, that was the main motivator to come to work every day, in a way, like working with so many different people. And I'm coming from Germany. I'm coming from a really small village in a really small town, and from a guy like me coming to Copenhagen, working in such an international environment is really pretty overwhelming. And it's actually, I really appreciated that, to be honest. But when it comes to the people here, of course, I need to mention some people like in more particular or something. Yeah, and who I need to talk about most is like what we call, or what I refer to as the boys. So. Yeah, that's like the guys you hang out with when you play football with APFC, or you, I mean, you're not doing it that much very often anymore, but playing foosball, or yeah, an hour and a half in the afternoon. No, not that long. Or yeah, going out with the guys and playing dice and arguing about, is it called dice or dices, for like entirely.
I don't call either.
Yeah.
Neither.
Die.
Die.
Yeah, but dice. Yeah, we never found out. And also, like, one of the main reasons I like to hang out with Frederick Meyer is because I'm gonna be invited for a really nice cheese fondue once in a while. Which is
That's over.
Food once in a while. But yeah, so all the boys, there's always a coming and going. We all know that, but I'm gonna keep in touch with all of them, I hope. Not only when I'm coming back to Denmark, and I really consider these guys as my friends and kind of like my Danish family and whatever or something. So, yeah. But then there's also one of my favorite departments, the studio, I'd like to mention, because these are like the really kind of like the Danish heart and soul of the company, I would say, in a way. Because I mean, whenever I go down and Henrik Toft comes with, Prince Henning, how are you? Or, I mean, not only the Danes, they also have like the Australian dude over there, who really likes to include me into like random email chains that were about Russian production, and then all of a sudden he looks in the hen dog. Yeah. But great department, really warm and welcoming people there, so I'm going to miss you guys as well. Like a lot. And also, of course, the creatives. I only started to work with the creatives like when I moved to the catalog team. But I must say, it's really like, how can I say, like it's challenging to work with you guys, I must say, but it's also really inspiring. And I wrote down here, to make the next check, crazy and funny bunch of people with inspiring talents and loads of good ideas. So I didn't have that much time to write this. So I'm really enjoying working with you guys. Keep up the mood with Bishop and Magnus on the catalog. So keep up the mood. And of course, like I already talked about my bosses and everybody else in regional, local, the county department. I'm really gonna miss you guys. So it's been a great experience, and I'd like to thank everybody who's here for these 3 years. Keep up the mood, and especially in rough times as we have right now as well. But just continue to work hard, and then you will make it. So. Want to say something? Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Good luck.
And would you recommend to make a checklist when you have all the speech?